Hey Libra, welcome to your monthly December reading. If this is your first time here, my name is Laura and I am from babycurltarot.com. I am a tarot and oracle reader as well as a root worker, and I do monthly, mid-monthly, and occasional pick-a-cards here on YouTube. So if, again, this is your first time here, just keep in mind that these are general collective readings, so not all messages will resonate for every single Libra out there. If that ends up being the case and you do need clarity on a specific situation, I do offer personal one-on-one readings, and you can link up with me through my website, which is below in the description box. With all that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the reading. And we're going to be starting off with the Threads of Fate Oracle to see what energies or what situations may have your focus. Whoa, for the month of December. Let's see, I got one that fell all the way down here. Okay, let's go with this one. We have the Explorer. So this one flipped over. The other cards that fell out didn't flip over, so I'm going to take this one. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Take Risk. Okay. It's Sagittarius season in full swing. This feels very much Sagittarian to me. You guys may even have some strong Sagittarius in your chart somewhere, but I am feeling a strong sense of curiosity, a need to travel, try new things, take different risks that maybe you aren't used to doing, opening yourself up to new experiences, locations, people, so on and so forth. So this feels very exciting. I want to go ahead and dive right into the tarot cards and start looking at what the specifics are of this energy. So I'm using the African Tarot this month. Let's take a look. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Libras for the month of December? Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands reversed, Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords reversed with the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so right away I'm feeling the energy is a little bit more opposite of what I originally felt, but let's go ahead and dive into this and see what's going on. So with the Ten of Swords, we have Gemini energy, Knight of Wands reversed, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Three of Swords is going to be Libra, as well as the Two of Swords is Libra, and Ten of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Libras, what I'm seeing here is, as I'm sure you can see by the cards on the table, it looks gnarly, but I do see a light coming out of the end of the tunnel for this situation. So what I'm seeing here, particularly with the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Three of Swords, is that it feels like you've been stuck in a rut, in a situation that just has repeatedly given you the same results, which is not good, as you can see. What I'm seeing with the Two of Swords reversed is that there has been either a decision or a realization that you have been needing to recognize, acknowledge, and create a new path for you to succeed in whatever it is that you have been doing here. Now, I'm not getting a really clear picture on what this is for you. This could be literally anything. This could be a relationship, it could be a job, career path, studying, school, education. But whatever it is, it feels like you've been doing things one way. With the Ten of Wands here, it feels like you've been overwhelming yourself, overburdening yourself, or just doing things repeatedly that do not work. It's the definition of insanity, essentially, is what I'm seeing here. You're doing the same thing, getting the same results, and these results are not working for you, and they are frankly hurting you, it looks like. With the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords here, I mean, it feels like either you keep getting passed up for a promotion, or you keep seeing low grades, whatever it is. It feels like you're either overloading yourself or taking on too much responsibility, taking on the responsibility of others, whatever this is in regards to. And again, it just feels like Spirit has been trying to get you to see the reality of this cycle and get you out of it. And I do feel like Spirit is trying to reach out to you with this message and give you one more opportunity to kind of see the light and get out of this bullheadedness, this idea of I need to keep just pounding this into the ground until it works. No, it's not working for a reason, Libra. It's not working for a reason. You need to get out. You need to leave. You need to go try something new. You need to go explore, take a risk, do something different, because that is essentially what you need in order to get you on the right track. I'd really like to dive further into the tarot and see if I can get a little bit of a clearer vision on what this is pertaining to. I'm trying to look here. I don't have any major arcana on the table, but we do have a lot of Libra and Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius energy came up. So I would look and see, obviously Libra falls in your chart somewhere, otherwise you wouldn't be here, but maybe you have other planets in Libra. Look at the planets that you may have in Sagittarius, look at the astrological houses that Libra and Sagittarius fall into, and see where that could give you a little bit more information about what this is pertaining to. For a lot of you watching this, you probably already know, but let's take a look. Spirit, what additional messages do you have about the situation for Libra? Can you give us a little bit more insight into the situation with Libra? We have the Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Knight of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. For a lot of you, this has to do with deception, competition. Again, could be a workplace, could be friendship as well, with the Six of Cups being here. We have, let me see, Aquarius energy, Scorpio energy. This may involve a Scorpio or Aquarius for a lot of you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. For some of you, this could be romantic relationships. It doesn't have to be. But I am seeing that this is something very, very close to your heart. I mean, it would have to be for you to keep putting yourself through this over and over and over again. So this is something that you really care deeply about, but it doesn't quite yield the same efforts or energy that you put into it. For some of you, I feel like you keep trying to be the bigger person in this situation for a lot of you, and yet you're surrounded by people that do not have that same energy. Again, we have deceptiveness on one hand, and we have competition and pettiness on the other. And in the midst, we have helpfulness, kindness. One of these is not like the other. You know what I mean? It feels like you're being too nice, or you're being too accommodating to people that don't have the same intentions towards you, if that makes sense. So if this is resonating for you, again, obviously it may be different for everybody, but that should be a pretty clear picture. Whatever situation has popped up in your head, that is what is resonating with this message. So pay close attention to that. All right, I want to go ahead and move on to the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards to see what messages your ancestors have for you regarding this situation. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Libras regarding this situation? What messages do you have for us? Remember who you are, culture, resilience, and belief. Okay. There's a lot to unpack there, so give me a second. For a lot of you, this is talking about just remembering your worth. For a lot of you, you weren't raised to be like this. You weren't raised to let people walk all over you. Some of you may have the idea regarding what I said earlier of being too nice to people who don't have the same intentions towards you. You may take that as an invitation or a green light to return that energy to people. I don't think that's what your ancestors want you to do, but I do think they want you to stand up for yourself, and if need be, remove yourself from the situation, because you need to know that you are worth a lot more than the way that you're being treated at this time. At the bottom of the deck, we have balance yourself, direction, growth, and life stages. This is definitely a growing experience for you, but there needs to be a healthy balance between being kind, being nice, however you define these actions and being strong and knowing when enough is enough and when to say no. Boundaries are very important. For a lot of you, this is a big turning point in your life, whether this is, again, career-wise, personal growth. However you are resonating with this is a big turning point in your life, and I feel like your ancestors don't want you to get stuck in a cycle for too long, because there is something on the other side of this that you are meant to find and connect with. They don't want you to miss out on an opportunity that is meant for you. So remember who you are and stand firm in that, even if that means hurting people's feelings, in order for you to place value on your boundaries, your own self-respect, self-love, self-care, all of that. All right, Libras, I'm gonna move on to the Moonology Manifestation Oracle to see what additional messages, what energy is coming out of this situation. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Libras? Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. Okay, some of you may be starting to get fed up or overly angry, and in turn become aggressive because of this realization and recognition of the situation that's happening under the surface. They want you to say, or they want me to say that blowing up over the situation is not going to help you or help your cause at all. However, staying calm will definitely help you get a little bit more respect, but it'll also keep your head clear so you can see where you need to go next. Hope that makes sense. At the bottom of the deck, we have last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. Very interesting. I feel like for some of you, talking about this, especially to people who are involved in the situation, say this is a workplace, talking to people about how you feel can definitely backfire on you, possibly bring some retaliation. But also if you start talking about how you're looking for something different, maybe you're looking to go into a different company, can definitely backfire on you as well. So be very, very careful about how you express what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what your plans are, because it feels like it could possibly backfire on you. But I also think that Spirit wants you to kind of sit with these emotions a little bit as well and take the lesson that you need to learn from them, instead of acting out and starting to toss these emotions at other people. They really want you to sit and remember this feeling or these emotions that get brought up with the situation, so that way in the future you can recognize what happens as it's happening and how to deal with it in the future. Because I don't think they ever want you to ever be put in a situation like this again. Also, if you're looking for outside advice or outside validation on what it is that you're experiencing, I don't think they want you to do that either. They want you to go with your own gut, trust your own gut, trust your own feelings. This is your lesson, and it feels like you have to learn this on your own. On top of that, it opens you up to misleading or dishonest advice and insight. All right, Libras, let's go ahead and move on to the daily crystal inspiration for some final messages and possibly any crystals that can help you as you move through this situation. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Libras? We have citrine, bring in the light. For a lot of you, it feels like you've been sitting in the dark regarding this situation. You may have been in denial. This may have been something that has been getting to you for a long time. You may have gone into somewhat of a depressive state over not being able to move forward in whatever this is for you. Another thing with citrine is that it is very good for creativity and kind of opening up those receptors to new perspectives, new ideas. It also helps us with success, but it is definitely something that brings us joy, happiness, and a little bit more peace as well. So I think that's a beautiful stone or crystal to work with at this time for you guys. We also have smoky quartz, let it go. Smoky quartz is really good for deflecting negativity, negative energies, including our own. It's a very protective crystal.